At most, I think it will be 2 hours, but probably less. This really short.
So we can say between now and 19 hours.
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Before we start, Honorable Mkhalaka.
Thanks, Chair. I wanted to tell the witness that she's sitting on a chair that is for special people. So, but she swapped before. It happens.
I noticed.
So if the staff members can remove that chair because it comes with trauma. Chair,
I can imagine.
on a serious note, I'm going to leave at 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought I must register my apology.
Where are you going?
Going to the EFF.
Okay. You have organizational commitments.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Any other apology that needs to be recorded? Okay. That permission is granted, Honorable Member, that time when it comes. If you feel you should leave, you are allowed. Mrs. Trent?
It's Miss.
Are you fine?
Okay. I'm fine, thank you.
The person that you look at is Advocate Mkhize. From my table here is just to wish both of you good luck in the presentation of evidence. And if we can be done by that time, 19 hours, it will not require us to extend hours like we did last night. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, Chair. Ms. Trent, do you have your affidavit in front of you, your statement?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We'll just go straight into it. At paragraph 1 of your statement, could you please tell the committee about your current professional standing, including the affiliations that you have? It's just basically paragraph 1 of your statement.
Yeah. I'm an attorney on the non-practicing role, which means I don't act for anyone in court or practice. And I'm a certified fraud examiner in good standing with the Association of Fraud Examiners. Oh yes, and I have my own business. I'm a sole director of SJ Trent Pty Limited.
And when did you join? When did you start your own business?
I think it is here somewhere. Please forgive me. 10 May 2023.
Yeah. And what does your business do?
I provide services as a certified fraud examiner, which is if a client comes and they've got an issue with fraud, theft, some legal issues that where they need someone to look into it and see if there's any relevance or prima facie, if they have a prima facie case. So, for example, the client wants to, in a civil case, wants to know whether it's reasonable to go to court to continue suing someone, but they want to know, do they have the funds, or if you suspect that they are laundering money in order to evade, I would then have a look and investigate that and give them an opinion of whether they have a case or not. That's just one small example, but yeah, sorry, I'm rambling. I will try
that's
not
fine
to do that.
That's sufficient. From paragraph 3 all the way to paragraph 7 up to paragraph 6, you set out your educational background.
Correct.
And at paragraph 4, you say that, paragraph 3, you say you matriculated in 2002.
Correct.
And you attach your CV. And is that the most updated CV that you've attached?
Yes, it is.
As STJ1.
Correct.
Okay. And then in 2003, you would have then started studying. You completed a marketing degree from Stellenbosch College at Boland.
No, it wasn't a degree. It was, I passed 16 subjects.
Okay.
So you've got your N4, N5. So it was basically a 16 subject merit certificate, not anything
equivalent to a diploma, possibly.
Possibly.
Okay.
That's why I put merit certificate instead of diploma, because it's technically not.
Okay, but then you subsequently studied toward your law degree.
Correct.
And you obtained that in 2013. That's at paragraph 5 of your statement.
Correct.
And then you then started articles at paragraph. It's much later in your affidavit, but what I should do is, just for the sake of completion, is at paragraph 7, you detail the various certificates that you obtained after obtaining your LLB degree. So that would be 7.1. You became a certified fraud examiner.
Correct.
Which you've somewhat explained, and it deals with what you do in your current business.
Correct.
Okay. And then you've also done the usual courses that are done as a person who's doing articles, article clerkship, articles to become an attorney. So that's detailed at 7.2.
Sorry to interrupt. This is actually, I think they brought in this new rule where all advocates and attorneys have to do this course.
Okay.
So this is what this is. When I was an article clerk, I did I think it's legal practical training.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay. And then finally, you say that in April, you completed a course in evidence for decisions from Harvard Kennedy School.
correct.
Okay. And then we are now at paragraph 8 of your statement. And that deals with the background, your career background. You started working in 2008, and you did various jobs from 2008 up until 2011, when you then officially started your articles.
Correct. Or I went to a law firm. Yes.
And that's because you were, you say that at paragraph 8.3, that you were working while you were studying.
Correct.
Okay. So from paragraph 8.3, you say that in July you joined John Walker Attorneys to assist with the Pomodzi Group. Can you explain what your role was there, and how did that role turn into your training?
Okay. As quickly, as short as possible.
Yeah. We are at 8.3 of your statement.
Okay. So, John Walker Attorneys, the law firm, acted for the liquidators of the company, and I apologize. There shouldn't be PTY Limited after Pomodzi Gold. You know, I've been
Yeah.
objected. So it was actually a public company. There was the insolvency issue and liquidation of Pomodzi Gold, and they needed someone to do quite a bit of the grunt work, carrying files, going through information and sorting it out. So I had the online interview, I think it was on the Wednesday, and I was on a plane the next day. It sounded like a really good opportunity. And so it started off in the inquiry. You have all the bank statements, and my principal, John Walker, said, make this make sense, go through it. And that's what I did. So I followed the money in a sense. And that's, I think, where I got that, I found that sort of hunger to investigate or look into things more than the legal work or in a law firm. So that's.
And then you subsequently did your articles.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Then John Walker offered me to do articles with him and to stay on, and that's what I did. And then I did 2 years there.
When did you leave?
It was, I know it was around 7-8 April. I want to get that. I think I have I put it in here?
You at 8.3. 8.3 of your statement.
Oh, is it not here when I left? So it would have been 2014.
Around
April
20
2014.
Around 2014. Okay. You've been invited to give evidence in respect of your time that you spent at Paul O'Sullivan. You say so in not Paul O'Sullivan and Associates, and at paragraph 12, you set out the basis of the invitation. Would you like to read that into the record?
The ad hoc committee has requested me to provide evidence in relation to issues and allegations raised by General Phahlane in his testimony before the inquiry and those that allegedly implicate Mr. O'Sullivan by virtue of having been in his employ at Forensics for Justice. I'm informed by the evidence leaders that, in his evidence, Mr. Phahlane informed this committee that I accompanied Mr. O'Sullivan and IPID investigators to his Sable Hills home in 2017. As a result, this led to the allegations that IPID had been infiltrated by Mr. Paul O'Sullivan and by extension by me, who also accompanied him to Mr. Phahlane's Sable Hills home.
Okay. That I just, for that provides context as to why you are here. Now I'd like to take you back to 8.4 of your statement, and we will start from there. So at paragraph 8.4, you say that from February 2015, you assisted Paul O'Sullivan on a pro bono basis for Forensics for Justice NPC, I think. How did you meet Mr. Paul O'Sullivan?
So I sent him my CV. I think it would have been maybe 3 days prior or 4 days prior. I thought, what have I got to lose? I'm interested in investigations. Someone suggested to me, why don't you just send your CV? So I did, and he goes,
sorry, you went a bit too far.
oh no, I just sent him my CV, yeah.
So you were at this point, you'd completed your articles, and were you working?
You know what?
Or were you just seeking new employment?
I completely forgot to add one
You could
place
say
that
it.
I worked in. If may it's
No.
not in my affidavit, but
It's not.
it wasn't for very long, so I completely forgot to add it in.
It's okay. We can make
apologies.
It's okay. Sarah, we can make that amendment. Where we are now is at paragraph 8.4 of your
Yeah.
statement. And we're dealing with your employment in 2015 at Paul O'Sullivan and Associates.
Yes.
And the question that I've just put to you is, if you could just tell the committee, how did you meet Mr. Paul O'Sullivan? And you can just take a step by step on how you met him and how you got to work for him. Yeah.
Okay. I sent him my CV, and I can't remember exactly what was in the email. And his PA gave me a ring.
Who was his
Not
PA?
Gigina.
You can,
Sorry? Her
What is
name is Gigina.
Gigina.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gigina, you sent an email. Did you know Paul O'Sullivan before? How did
No.
you know to contact him?
I'd had coffee with a friend of mine, and I was saying, I really like investigating. It's in a law firm, I don't think it was a good fit for me. And she said, well, why don't you send your CV to Paul O'Sullivan? And at the time, I didn't have a job and doing free online courses in a coffee shop. So I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. And so his PA called me and said, can you come on Saturday morning and meet Paul? And so I did. And he said, well, he doesn't have, not looking to employ anybody, but he does have certain pro bono work that he does. So he would sort of, if he needed me to do anything, he would pay me an hourly rate. I didn't work from the office. It would be from home, and then I would send him what I'd done and the hours that I'd done. And then
Okay. So my next question to you is, if you could just then maybe describe the work. Did you join him immediately after you met him that Saturday?
No,
Were you meeting him for the first time?
I'd met him for the first time.
Okay. And then when did you join after that conversation, after that first meeting on the Saturday?
So if it was the Saturday, then we had another meeting the next day on the Sunday. And I can't recall exactly, but it would have probably been like a briefing on, what I would do.
Okay.
And then the Monday, I think, was the 2nd of February.
Okay.
And so I had, what I needed to do. And I think at some point I went to the office either that Monday or that week to meet the staff and be introduced. But I didn't go into the office every day or anything.
Okay. So please describe the work that you then undertook for his organization and its mission and what it basically stood for. That you can find where we are now is at 8.4 of your statement. You don't have to remember at the top of your head.
Sorry?
I'm saying you're at 8.4. I'm just directing you where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you describe the work that you undertook for the organization? It's
From beginning to end or just from when I started?
based on what you say at 8.4 of your statement.
Oh gosh. Basically, as over the years and as I sort of saw what was happening, we saw a lot of what happened in corruption in the criminal justice system, and so we would open cases and try as much as possible to expose it, and I guess get people to do something about it.
If we take it line by line,
Sure.
at your statement at 8.4,
Yes.
you say that you did work for him on an ad hoc basis. So does that mean that you did not have a permanent contract to
Not
work for him?
Sorry, are you talking about from
So you
2
say,
February?
so you say on 2 February 2015, I'm still at your statement at paragraph 8.4. Nowhere else, just only at 8.4.
Yeah,
And and if you can read it in. The question,
that'll be
Yeah.
much better. Thank you.
the question is relating to that
So I
paragraph.
could just read this in.
Yes.
Okay. On 2 February 2015, Paul O'Sullivan used my services on an ad hoc basis to assist him with some of his pro bono work, which he did under Forensics for Justice, NPO, a non-profit organization that identified elements of the criminal justice system that had been captured by criminals or politically corrupt individuals that serve unconstitutional agendas with the aim to protect connected criminals from corruption charges. Through the use of forensic investigative methods, Forensics for Justice is able to expose corruption and those who act corruptly, promoting transparency and accountability, and inevitably protect scarce public resources.
What were your responsibilities?
For Forensics for Justice?
Yes.
Gosh, so each case would come about in different ways. So either you would have a whistleblower that came to sit with Mr. O'Sullivan, and he would listen to what they say, and if they had documents, he'd have a look and see, is this something that we can put together or expose or open a case, and that's sort of how it would come about. It would generally be on something that we already had, where there would be someone that had come and given something, but I don't want to sort of admit that's the only.
You can give an example. I mean, what typically did you work on? You said you worked on an ad hoc basis for Paul O'Sullivan, for Forensics for Justice.
Okay,
and for Forensics for Justice? That's where we are. We are at.
I understand, but remember, I did Forensics for Justice. This ad hoc work was from 2 February until May.
Yes.
And then I was employed at Paul O'Sullivan.
Yes.
So I'm just getting confused, if you just bear with me.
So on 2 February, when you
Yeah.
joined on an ad hoc basis,
Yes.
which entity were you doing work on an ad hoc basis?
That would have been for Paul O'Sullivan and Associates.
Okay. In your statement, you say you did services on an ad hoc basis to assist Paul with pro bono work, which he did under Forensics for Justice. Yes. So you've read that into your statement.
Yes.
And my question is, just typically, what kind of work did you do? Give me an example of, if you can give the committee an example of what work was being done by you on an ad hoc basis for Forensics for Justice.
I think at that time it would have been research.
Okay. So when you joined.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to access certain things. So it would have been research or putting things into a spreadsheet or something like that,